Hello everyone, this is Kirti Amolik from Chemistry Department of RBNB College. Today we are going to study the law of mass action. In the previous lecture we have studied the rate of the reaction, rate constant. Now we are going to study how the law of mass action is applied to the rate of the reaction, or it is also called as the rate law. Now the dependence of the rate of the reaction on the concentration of the reactant at the given time, it can be given by the law of mass action or the rate law. Now this rate law, we can derive the equation and we can relate it with the rate of the reaction. So if we consider the reaction A gives the product, so already for the rate constant we have derived the equation rate equals to minus d upon dt, where into square bracket A is the concentration of the A. Here A is the reactant that will give the product. So from the rate constant we can derive, we have derived this equation minus d upon dt. So when we consider this reaction, the law of mass action states that the rate constant for the given reaction, it is related to the molar concentration, or it is dependent upon the molar concentration of the reactant at the given instant. If we apply the law of mass action to this reaction, simple reaction, A gives product, the rate of the chemical reaction, it is proportional to the concentration of the reactant. If we consider into square bracket A is the concentration of the reactant A at the time t, then law of mass action will give rate at time t is proportional to the concentration of A. Now in this equation, if we put the value of the rate constant, or the equation derived from the rate constant, it is minus d upon dt. So we can write here rate equals to minus d upon dt proportional to the concentration of A. So this becomes equation 2. Now this is simple reaction, A gives product. So we have derived this equation for the law of mass action. If we consider the more reactants are involved, if more than one reactants are involved in the reaction, then we can consider example A plus B gives the product. So from the law of mass action we can write the rate here. Rate equals to minus d upon dt is directly proportional to the concentration of A and concentration of the B. Here the exponent powers are the 1 for A and B. It is simple reaction. Here no any stoichiometric coefficient is involved. It is 1 for A, 1 for B. Now if we consider second reaction, A plus 2B gives the product. In this case, according to law of mass action, rate of the reaction can be given as minus d upon dt is directly proportional to concentration of the A into concentration of the B raised to 2. Here exponent 2 is given in the rate equation because B has the coefficient 2. So whatever coefficient is present on the reaction side, it will goes to the exponent in the rate law or law of mass action. So from this reaction we can conclude that the stoichiometric coefficient which are present for the reaction, present in the reaction for the reactant, that will goes to the exponent in the rate equation. So for general reaction we can write simply AA plus BB gives the product. If we consider the general reaction, overall reaction, small a is the coefficient of reactant capital A, small b is the coefficient of reactant capital B. So rate can be given as R equals to K into concentration of A raised to A and concentration of B raised to small b, where K is the constant taken for this proportionality constant. So rate becomes constant K into concentration of the reactant raised to their stoichiometric or exponent to the stoichiometric coefficient. So we can write any reaction, any balanced reaction can be written in the form of the law of mass action or rate law can be given. Now consider some reaction. These 4 reactions are written here. First reaction is the 2 molecules of HI, hydrogen iodide give H2I2. So rate for this reaction we can write rate R equals to K into concentration of the reactant, that is HI raised to 2. Now 2 is given because stoichiometric coefficient of the HI is 2. Therefore exponent is 2 in the first reaction. In the second reaction, it is the hydrolysis of the methyl bromide with NaOH, use the methanol plus sodium bromide. Now rate is given R equals to K into NaOH, concentration of NaOH into concentration of methyl bromide, that is concentration of the reactant. Third reaction will be the N2O2, 2 molecules gives the twice N2O4 plus O2. So rate can be given as K into N2O5, that is reactant, but here coefficient is 2, but it is not given in the rate equation. Now for the fourth reaction, if we consider KClO4, O thrice KClO, molecules gives the KClO3 plus twice KCl. So if we write the rate R equals to K into KClO, so 3 coefficient it is not given here. So it cannot obey the law of mass action or rate law, these reactions. If we consider the reaction 3 and 4th, this reaction cannot obey or it will not follow the law of mass action, because in law of mass action rate equation can be obtained as rate equals to the K into concentration of the reactant and exponent is its stoichiometric coefficient. But here the stoichiometric coefficient is 2, but it is not given here in the rate equation. Here the stoichiometric coefficient is 3, but it is not given in this rate equation. So these 2 reactions will not obey the law of mass action, while first and second reaction, that is R equals to K into HI raised to 2. 2 is the coefficient here. Again 1, 1, 1, 1 is the coefficient for the reaction. So these first and second 2 reactions will obey the law of mass action. So from this reaction we can conclude that the rate of the reaction or rate laws cannot be derived from only the stoichiometric coefficient. They should be derived from the experimentally determined rate of the reaction. The rate of the reactions which are determined experimentally, that can be used in the rate equation. Only stoichiometric coefficient are not always used in the rate equation. So in order to derive the rate law, the stoichiometric coefficient, it is not necessary to get the coefficient only in the rate equation. So exponent are the stoichiometric coefficient. It is given by law, it is given by the law of mass action. It is not obeyed all the time. So this is the law of mass action or the rate law given for the rate of the reaction. Now next point we will see the significance of the rate constant. So rate constant, we know that rate constant, it is directly proportional to the molar concentration of the reactant. So rate law says that, or law of mass action says that the dependence upon the rate to the at the given instant to the molar concentration of the reactant, this expression it is derived in the rate law. So if we consider the significance of the rate constant, that is importance of the rate constant for the general reaction A gives product, rate can be given as minus d upon dt directly proportional to concentration of the A. Minus sign indicates the decrease in the concentration of the reactant. So this is the basic equation for the rate constant. Now if we consider the rate constant for the any reaction, it is the constant for the particular reactant molecules or reactant compounds. If we change the reactants, then rate of the reaction will also get changed. If we change the reactant concentration, then also rate of the reaction will get changed, because the rate is dependent upon the concentration of the reactant. So this rate constant is the characteristic property. This characteristic property for the given reactant or with respect to the given reactant. If the reactants are changed, the rate is also changed. For the particular reactant, rate constant will be the specific at the given time at the constant temperature. So this is the first significance. Secondly, generally in kinetics we are maintaining the reaction at the constant temperature. We are carrying out the reaction at the constant temperature, but if we change the temperature, then what happens? Rate of the reaction also changes. So rate constant is also get changed during the reaction. If the temperature is increased, rate of the reaction will also increases. But generally in kinetic study, we are not going to increase the temperature for the reaction. It is carried out at the constant temperature. Now when we consider this rate constant, it is specific and excess of the reactant is used. If excess of the reactant is used, then it will follows the zero order reaction. We are going to study the order of reaction, but if excess amount of the reactant is used, then the rate is independent on the concentration of the reactant. So this can be changed only with the temperature, but generally we are not going to change the temperature. Now in this reaction already we have seen that the exponent quantity, stoichiometric coefficient goes to the exponent, and this exponent is said to be the order of the reaction. Or exponent, it may be integer or it may be half integer quantity. If we consider one of the reaction, now let us consider the decomposition of the acetaldehyde to give the methane plus carbon monoxide, and if we derive the rate constant or the rate equation for this reaction from the experimental data, so measurement should be taken from the experiment. Rate constant should be measured from the experiment, because only experimental data will provide the correct value instead of taking the stoichiometric coefficient. Already we have seen that in every case stoichiometric coefficient are not much useful, or they cannot be given, always not given in the rate equation. So for this equation, rate equals to K into concentration of the acetaldehyde raised to 3 by 2. Here the exponent is the 3 by 2, but it is not the stoichiometric coefficient of the reactant. Acetaldehyde is the reactant, so reactant having the one coefficient here, but one is not given here, to the exponent is 3 by 2. So it is this measurement or rate equation or rate is derived from the experimentally determined quantity. It is determined from the experiment. This rate is given. So from this reaction we can say that it may be integer, exponent may be integer, or it may be the half integer value. Now let us see the next point. It is the order of the reaction. So order of the reaction is the experimentally determined quantity, and it is the we can determine it from the measurements of the experiments. So order of the reaction here, if we consider A plus B plus C gives the product. These are the reactant. 3 reactants are involved. So the rate constant is given for this reaction. These are R equals to K into concentration of A raised to A, concentration of B raised to B, concentration of C raised to C. So these small A, B and C, these are the coefficients of the reactant, and this will goes to the exponent to the constant in the rate equation. It becomes the exponent. So overall order, if you want to write, N equals to A plus B plus C. So this is N equals to the overall order of the reaction. So overall order is the sum of the exponent of the reactant concentration which are given in the rate equation. So order of the reaction, it is the exponent or the power to which the reactant, concentration of the reactant is raised in the rate experimentally determined rate equation. It is called as the order of the reaction. And order, it may be the integer, it may be 0 or it may be fractional. So order is the, for the particular reactant, order is the power of the reactant, power of the concentration of the reactant with respect to particular reactant raised in the experimental determined rate equation. So this is A is the power for A, reactant A, B is the power, small b is the power for the reactant B. So small a is the order with respect to reactant A, small b is the order for with respect to reactant B, and small c is the power or it is the order with respect to reactant C. Now in order to calculate the overall order, so overall order is the sum of the powers to which the concentration of the reactants are raised. So if we do the sum of A plus B plus C, we will N equals to A plus B plus C. It is the overall order with respect to the particular reaction, that is this reaction. So here order of the reaction can be determined experimentally. So it is experimental quantity and we can determine from the balanced chemical equation. So coefficient becomes the exponent, but these exponents are not exactly coefficient here because these exponents are determined from the given experiment in the rate equation. Now this order of the reaction is determined and it is compared with the data, and it may be an integer or it may be the half integer, or generally it is the integer value, but it may be a fractional or it may be a 0. When the order is 0, it is found that the rate of the reaction, it is independent on the concentration of the reactant. If the order is 0, that means raised to 0, this R becomes equals, all these are the reactants. In the 0 order reaction, the reactants concentration, it is not a rate of the reaction, it is independent of the concentration of the reactant. It is not dependent upon the concentration of the reactant. So this concentration is removed or neglected. So R becomes, rate constant becomes equals to K. So K is the constant for the given reaction at the given time for the given temperature at the constant temperature. So for the 0 order reaction, rate of the reaction equals to the rate constant at the particular temperature. It is given for only 0 order reaction. So reaction may be fractional. So this is about the order of the reaction. And next point, it is the molecularity of the reaction. Now if we consider the reaction hydrogen iodide, two molecules of the hydrogen iodide, it gives the one molecule of the H2 and one molecule of the I2. So molecularity is the number of the molecules which are involved in the elementary reaction. They are called as the molecularity. In this case, two molecules are involved as the reactant. So molecularity of the reaction is 2. Now if we want to consider if we want to calculate the rate of the reaction, for this reaction we can write rate equals to HR raised to 2. So order of the reaction will be 2. So this quantity is experimentally determined. 2 quantity. Exponent, it gives the order of the corresponding reaction from the experimentally determined rate equation. So this is experimentally determined rate equation, and rate constant is given as R equals to K into HI raised to 2. So this 2 value, which is the exponent, it is called the order. So for this reaction, order is 2. So it is second order reaction, and molecularity is also 2. In some reactions, in some cases, order and molecularity may be same or it may be different. So number of the molecules that are involved as the reactant molecules in the elementary reaction. Now elementary reaction is only one step reaction. We know that the reaction may occur in the 1 step, 2 step or many steps. So if the reaction has only 1 step, there is no intermediate is involved, that reaction it is called as the elementary reaction. Now in elementary reaction, for the elementary reaction, we have to consider the number of the molecules involved. So you have to consider the 1 step reaction. This is 1 step reaction. So we have to consider only elementary reaction in order to determine the molecularity. If more reactions are involved, multi-step reaction is there. If the 5-step reactions is there, then 5 elementary steps are present in the reaction. If we consider A gives B, this simple reaction, A is the reactant, product. If this reaction involves the 5 steps, so we can say that 5 elementary steps are present for this reaction. Now each elementary step has the different rate. Each step maybe has different rate. Rate must not be same, or it is not same for every elementary reactions. All the 5 steps or all the 5 reactions should have the different rates. So it is not possible all the 5 elementary steps should have the same rate. So we have to consider only elementary step of the reaction. Elementary step is the, we can say it is determined again experimentally. It is the slow step of the reaction, or it is also called as the rate determining step. Rate determining step or the slow step of the reaction. So rate constant we have considered, it is also called as the velocity constant or specific reaction rate or the rate constant. These are the same names for the rate constant. Specific velocity constant or rate constant or specific reaction rate. These are the same words used for the rate constant. So for the elementary reaction, we can define it is the reaction which takes place in the 1 step and there is no any intermediate is involved. So we have to consider the elementary step for the define or determine the molecularity of the reaction. Now when we consider the difference in the order and the molecularity never be a fractional or the 0, but order may be 0 or the fractional. This is the first difference. Secondly, the order is the experimentally determined quantity, while the molecularity is the theoretical concept. It is theoretically determined. Thirdly, if we consider the order, it is dependent upon the concentration of the reactant. It is independent on the concentration of the reactant. So again, it is in this order of the reaction, temperature, and the concentration are the kept constant, while in molecularity it will get changed. So this is the difference between the order and the molecularity. So these two concepts are very important for the deriving the expressions for any balanced chemical reaction or in determination of the rate constant. So in the next lecture we will derive the expression. We will study the factors affecting the order of the reaction and which are the how to derive the expression for the zero order reaction. Thank you.